Hello there. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing super duper well. For today's video, we're going to be building this cute little cafe in the world of Nordhaven. I am using two debug buildings that are also from Nordhaven, just to help me create this build. So we're going to be building our cafe in a little apartment above, in between, kind of in the corner of these two apartment buildings. It's a little cheat that I'm doing here, just trying it out. But yeah, so funnily enough, I was about to start on this voiceover, and literally right before I was getting ready to press play, I mean legitimately a minute before, the live for Enchanted by Nature came out, and I squealed and screeched like a little banshee, and then they're not physically but like mentally like threw my microphone across the room, and I was like, not right now. Mama gotta go watch that video. So, oh my god, you guys, it looks so cute. It is giving Hobbit. It is giving everything. It's giving everything. It's giving everything I wanted. It looks super duper adorable. I love building like cute little cottages and sort of like fantasy little like witchy sort of vibes, like cottagecore-esque things. So this new pack is right up on my alley. Oh my goodness, it is so cute. I'm so excited. I already pre-ordered it, so I don't even have to think about it, but I will be thinking about it a lot because I'm very excited about it. But yes, oh my goodness, it looks super cute, you guys. It looks so stinking cute. But maybe I should narrate some of this instead of just blabbing about the pack. Oh yeah, so I'm using a lot of stuff from the bistro pack. I forget exactly what it's called. It's like a kit. I think it's called Cozy Bistro or something like that. We're using the doors, the windows, pretty much all of the decor. And so I'm also using these trellis with vines. I believe they're from high school years. Your Sims are supposed to be able to climb up them. I'm not using them for that purpose because I think you have to use a specific window for it to be able to do that. But I'm just using it to help cover up these blank spots that I ended up with on the build. And yeah, this was a quick semi-impromptu build. I planned a little bit, obviously, because like the buildings on each of the other sides of this cafe were already placed and whatnot. I obviously had to do some planning, but for like the interior design and like the actual decor and furniture that I ended up using, I didn't really plan that at all. So I'm proud of myself. I am trying to work on being less anxious and stuff on my videos. I was supposed to record a different video yesterday. However, I ended up going to the grocery store by myself and that made me extremely anxious. And I was having a really hard day today. I am feeling better today. I am calmer today. So that is why I'm working on this, and it is a-okay. So we're gonna do a speed build today, and then, oh, when is this video coming out? This video is coming out Friday, so tomorrow. So on Monday, I should have a let's build for you guys. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna do yet. I have two builds in mind. But I don't, you know what? Maybe I'll put it down in the comments and you guys can let me know which one you want to see. My two builds that I have that are pretty much ready to be filmed are a summer camp, which I built in Chestnut Ridge. So it's like a horse summer camp, or I have a internet cafe that I built in San Myscino, the world that came with City Living. So if you care to let me know which build that you think I should do next, I would happily do so. Because yeah, I like both of them. I feel like both of them would do pretty good. So if there's one that you think you are more excited to see, obviously I'm going to do both of them no matter what, but like which one you want to see next, I will be very happy to hear your opinion in the comments. So once this video is up, which if you're watching this right now, it means it's up. I'm going to comment it down below. I'm going to make a little note for myself. I'm going to comment it below, and you guys can let me know which one you think that we should do next. So yes, I'm just working on the exterior. I will say I'm patting myself on the back. I did pretty good with focusing on finishing one section of the build before moving on to the other. This is actually my second take that I was doing because I caught myself. I was going inside, outside, inside, outside, and I was like, nope, 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 nope. I'm gonna be giving people headaches and stuff of them trying to follow what I'm doing. So I took a breather, I ate a snack, calmed myself down because I realized I was getting stressed out about filming this, and it's okay. We got it done, and I think I did a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. So yes, I had to do a little bit of adjustment on the interior, as you can see, just a little one, it's okay. Yeah, the upstairs was giving me some grief, y'all. It took me a minute to figure out. I did edit it out because I had to pause and like stare at it and be like, okay, how am I gonna do this apartment? But we figured it out. I think it turned out pretty cute. It's definitely a smaller, more cozy vibe, but it's very cute. I like it. Definitely you're not gonna be raising 5 kids and like your partner and a dog and a cat in this apartment. But definitely I think 2 Sims. 2 Sims that live together, they could definitely own and live in this cafe together. So yeah, we are finishing up the exterior. We are finishing up the exterior, and I wanted to put some outdoor seating. I did think about putting some outdoor seating over by the fountain, but I decided to not do so. So that is more so for like the other apartment buildings and stuff, you know, bike parking and whatnot. There just wasn't space for that. But yeah, I really like these tables with these tablecloths that are from the Bistro pack. I think they're quite cute. And then I wanted to add from Horse Ranch, it's another little, not graffiti, but exterior paint. I live in Sweden, and I have seen there are quite a few buildings that have these sort of like painted advertisements, and I think they look very cool. So I wanted to try and recreate that. It was a suggestion from my husband. I was like, this needs something. And he was like, put some graffiti or something up there. And I was like, yes, okay, I will do that. And I did. It was very difficult. And I had to put the wall there and then put the thing on the wall. And then I tried to pull it out to get it to lay more pretty, but it did not work and I gave up. So if you don't like it, you can adjust it or just delete it if you want to download this build, which as per usual, if you wish to download this build, all my builds are on the gallery. My gallery ID is down in my description. So yeah, if you want it, it's there. So yes, now we are working on the interior. We're gonna focus on the downstairs, the actual cafe itself first. So there's a cafe, and then there is the 2 bathrooms and like this little like walking area I ended up with. It's quite small. It's a small cafe, not too much going on in this cafe. And well, I suppose it's more of a bistro, which I should have looked up what a bistro is exactly, because I know in my brain kind of what a bistro is, but I'm also not entirely certain what a bistro is. So a bistro, according to Google, is a small, relatively simple restaurant, especially one offering French or French-style food. So me calling this a cafe is technically incorrect. I digress. All right, I'm still building this as a cafe though, I don't care. So yeah, I guess we will call this a cafe, not a bistro, but this is the bistro stuff pack. So we're calling it a cafe. We're sticking to a cafe. So yeah, I found that these base game cabinets, they worked quite well with the bar back that I am using. So if you ever want to use those with that, just because they have like the espresso machine that also came with this pack, and I wanted to use it. But I was very annoyed to find that it does not snap onto the bar, and it does not snap onto that little bar back thing. I digress. So yes, I decided to go and use those cabinets, and they worked quite well. So this back area is just a hallway. I just wanted to have like a back door or something, or a rear entrance, so that if you're coming from parking your bike, you don't have to walk all the way around the building again. I thought that would make more sense. And that way you can also go out and like if you want to go and sit by the fountain or whatever, you can do that too. Yeah, so we're giving some non-slip rugs just so that our Sims don't hurt their tushies and slip and slide all over the place. Then we gotta go call OSHA and it turns into a whole big mess. Don't do that. I quite like this mirror. I thought I wanted to put it here, but I do believe I end up deleting it. I just felt like it didn't make sense there. And then I'm just going around and decorating our cafe, honestly. I just wanted to try and clutter it up and make it look nice and cozy as much as I could. We are using these lovely little curtains, and I actually use these curtains quite a lot. So, of course, I had to use them again. I mean, this is the pack that it comes with. So, yeah, I actually had this plan, this built bleh. I had this build planned for a while. Oh my goodness, I'm keeping that in though. I'm not recording this. I did pause and drink some water, but yes, I built this, and I literally just built like a rectangle. Like, I didn't build any of the interior. I just had the two buildings, and then that was the vision, and I came back and I did this. So yeah, I have a really bad habit of doing that though. I will sit here and I will build something. Sometimes it's literally just like a square and then like some vague items, and I'll come back and be like, what is that? And I'll look at it and be like, girl, what were you thinking? Like, past me did not convey the message properly. And then I have to delete it, or I'll do something with it. But yeah, I have a really bad habit of I'll build something and then forget I did it, and then I'll find it later, and it's a source of great frustration for myself. So yeah, we are just finishing up on decorating our little cafe area. I had to take a little break from recording because my husband came home from work, and I just went to greet him and whatnot. He is a teacher, and his students are graduating and stuff, and it's very exciting, and he's gonna have a long summer break off. So I'm very excited, and hopefully we can go and do some fun stuff and get to spend some time together and all that good stuff. But yeah, I am just going to be finishing up on decorating this area. We're doing, I was putting some bottles and stuff up on this back bar. I legitimately didn't know what I wanted to put up here, and I originally was going to leave it just empty, but I decided not to do that. I wanted to fill it up. And I wanted to put something green up here, and I found this little floral doohickey from Life and Death, so I just zhuzhed it up there, and ended up sizing it down just so it fit up on this shelf a little bit better. And yeah, I think this turned out quite cute. I just wanted to have little bits and bobs here and there just to help decorate. We are going to switch those paintings in just a second. I almost forgot I didn't. I did quite well, actually. I think this is the first build where I actually did not forget anything, amazingly, somehow. But yeah, I wanted to use these candles, but unfortunately they don't shrink down well enough. But they would have been really cute. I don't know. I did build like an Italian restaurant quite a bit ago. But I don't remember if I did use those lights or not. But yeah, I just realized earlier that in August, that's going to be a year of me making videos. And I'm like, what? I think August 8th was when my very first video on this channel came out. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm just so grateful for everyone that has watched any of my videos or supported me on this little journey together. And yeah, I don't know, I'm feeling very excited and optimistic for the future. I'm already so happy with how this channel has gone, and I look forward to making many more videos with you guys together, and hopefully doing more live streams and stuff and all of that good stuff. I don't know. I'm just blown away. I'm surprised, honestly. I'm very proud of myself for sticking to this for almost a whole freaking year. Like, what? Hello? That's awesome. We've at this point done like hundreds of builds and all this and that. And yes, this has definitely gone a lot further than I ever thought it would, which is sad. I'm sad that I doubted myself, but I'm also very proud of myself. So yay. Yeah, just a couple more bits and bobs. I'm sorry, I was just going back and forth with the decorating of this room and stuff, just trying to get everything nice and cluttered up. I wanted to get them some plates and maybe some little books for decoration and extra menu slots and whatnot, just to help fill it up. And then I was like, what do I put here? And I just put a drink tray, and yeah, that was that. I think we're just about done, and then we're gonna go and decorate this little hallway. I ended up deleting that shelf. I just didn't like it. And then I put an apron, and yes, now I think we're going to go and decorate that hallway. I was like, am I done? Am I done? Maybe. Oh, this painting. See, I almost forgot the painting again. I really like this painting from Cozy Bistro. It's very cute. I'm definitely going to be using it more in some future builds. But yeah, I decided it needed a little bit more, so I grabbed this cute vintagey looking clock And now we're gonna do this hallway. This hallway is really quick. I just figured that it was a nice spot to put, oh God, did I forget to put it? I was supposed to put like never mind, see, I did forget something. There was like, I meant to put like a drink tray. It's actually a nightstand from the Vintage Glamour pack. And I figured that that would work for someone to put their dishes or whatnot on, but I forgot it, so it's not gonna be there. I wanted to put some of these like old, what's the word? Oh gosh. Old like pub signs. There we go. So I think I picked out these ones, but then I switched it over to, I like this one painting. It kind of reminds me of Anne Boleyn, and I decided this build needed a little more gay to it. So we added a pride flag. And then I just wanted a spot for guests to put their coats and whatnot if they're wearing any. It depends on the season, of course. And also it's just a hallway so that if you want to go and use the bathroom, you have a spot to do so. I don't know, that's one thing that I don't like when a business, like the bathroom opens up right to the rest of like the restaurant or something. And then it's like everyone knows that you're going to the bathroom, and it's just uncomfy. I don't know. I'm just a sensitive person, I suppose. Anyways, I am going to put a light in here. I forgot, but then I remembered. It's just a quick little bathroom. I ended up doing 2 stalls. It's just, I ended up with this very narrow, it was only 3 squares wide, so it was not enough room for me to put stalls per se. But I still like it. It's a cute bathroom. I thought I wanted to use these wall lights that are from the Business and Hobbies pack, but I ended up changing them later on. And I quite like this sink that we ended up picking out. I thought to grab the Life and Death one, but a guy has that towel on it, and I was like, I don't really want the towel. So we went with this one instead. I believe it's from high school years. And now I'm going to be changing that light, and I went with this one from the Bistro pack. It looked kind of funny above the mirror. I don't know why. So I decided to put it over the toilet. So I just put it there, and then I used the light to measure the light distance so to make sure they're even. That's a little trick that I like to do. Did that make sense? Maybe. And then we're using the old antique toilet just because I like the gold finish on it. And then I deleted those extra lights, and I put in some toilet paper. And it took me a little bit too long to put in this toilet paper. I'm sorry, maybe I should have cut this part, but toilet paper is a struggle. But now we can start working on the stairwell. So I did set it so that in the game, only the people that own this lot can go into this stairwell and go upstairs to the apartment. So this it's literally just a stairwell to go to the indoor of the apartment. So if you want, you can set this as your front door. This door leading to the stairs, just so that, Sims are not walking all the way up inside your area and stuff. Because realistically, if you had an apartment, then that is how it would be. But yeah, I used this railing that is from the For Rent pack, and I like this fencing. I felt like it matched the black metal detailing that we have throughout the build quite well. And the flooring did give me some grief. I gave up and just used this one from the Business and Hobbies pack. It just was not working out for me. Like the stairs are from Get Together, I believe. It's the treadworthy ones. But I, for the life of me, could not find a swatch that I thought matched it well enough. I was looking at the grain. Like obviously the colors worked well enough, but it was the grain that was bothering me. But yeah, I just gave up. Anyways, we are now officially working on the apartment. And I decided I wanted to make this spot a little more narrow. It's legitimately just a doorway to walk up. I ended up not doing anything with it. I thought I was going to do something with it, maybe like a closet or something. They also have this like tall, narrow fireplace that came with Business and Hobbies. You could zhuzh that in there maybe and make it into like a little pocket fireplace. Then you'd have to throw a chimney up there. You could do that if you wanted to, but I did not. Anyways, I decided to add a wall separating our living from our kitchen and dining area, and I used this lovely rounded doorway to do so. And I just threw up some lights because luckily I remembered to do so. And then we are going to change this tile later. I don't remember which one I changed it to, so I'll tell you when it happens. But yes, next we are going to be focusing on our kitchen. And I am using the same countertops that we used in the downstairs area. I just figured that'd make it easy. And I gave them both a little island to sit at, just with 2 spots and a table. I was kind of going back and forth on which one I wanted to do. I did not plan very much. I knew what cabinets and like what flooring and wallpaper I wanted to use, but other than that, I did not know what I wanted to do up here. So you were watching my brain work live at this process. Yeah, I kind of thought I wanted to go for a more vintagey like sort of vibe for downstairs, but I decided to go with I wouldn't say like, it's definitely more of like an eclectic vibe. We're not keeping those chairs because I realized way too late that that is the wrong swatch. It's more reddish than the rest of the furniture, so please ignore that. We'll change it later. Yeah, I decided to go for more of an eclectic-y sort of like they went thrifting and they just picked out random cool stuff. Just because I kept the walls white, because that is how it is when you rent a place. You're most likely not allowed to paint the walls, they just paint them white. And that's how our apartment is here in Sweden. So I kind of was using our own apartment as inspiration for this build, just to keep it a little more realistic, I suppose. Yes, and I ended up moving those windows just because it was bothering me that the window was cutting through the countertop. And I thought I wanted to add a backsplash, but it was just a bit too bright, honestly. I was like, most places that you rent from most likely are not going to have such bright and fun, beautiful backsplash. It's going to be a white one. So I ended up using the same one that we used in the bathroom, but I'll change that in just a minute. I do really like these cabinets. These are the ones that I got added from the throwbacks event that was done a little while ago. I got added to base game with that one. So these are very nice. They have like a nice like quartz or marble top to it, and the top cabinets also are very nice looking. I also use another one later on, you'll see in a bit, that I added it to act as a sort of like food storage area, or just extra storage over by the dining room area. I was quite pleased with myself that I thought of that. I thought it helped tie in the space a little bit more. Yeah, so I originally thought I wanted these pillar to be brown, but I decided on white. It just bothers me when you can see where the tile ends. Realistically, that isn't a thing, but for whatever reason, it bothered me in this kitchen, so I did add the pillars. Again, if you don't like it, you can change it and get rid of the pillars if you'd like to do so. It took me a little bit, goodness gracious. I was talking fine, then I took a break, and I'm tired now, and my voice is like, no, you're dumb. It took me a little bit to decide on what table I wanted to have. I thought I wanted this one, but the purple was just too purple. I knew I wanted color, like little pops of color here and there, to have a nice vibe, but the rounded table just was not working for me. So I ended up going with, that one was closer to the vibe I wanted, but I think I picked this one from the Business and Hobbies. And then I figured out, okay, I just need to turn around. Yes. And then I put it over by that window, and that's where we figured it. I was like, okay, I can roll with this. I do really like the stuff that came from Business and Hobbies. It has a very nice, ergonomic, modern-ish vibe. I would call that aesthetic IKEA-y. Which I typically don't like, but I was kind of not like against it. I originally wanted to go more IKEA-y with the aesthetic and design of this apartment, but I ended up not doing that. See, I picked that light because I was like, okay, that looks like something IKEA would sell, but my brain overrode it. I'm very much someone, like, my dream when I have a house is just go to secondhand shops and just fill it with like the most interesting and cool, fun, cozy things I can find. So I'm very excited to do that. But yeah, I quite like using this square light. If I don't want like a low-hanging one, it just helps to illuminate and add something that the normal little like wall lights do not add, if that makes sense. I don't know. It just helps add some extra color and flavor, I suppose. I thought I wanted these curtains, but we ended up not putting a curtain on this window because it was fighting me and I was over it. We are going to change those curtains, though. Did I keep those curtains? I don't remember. It's already been a little bit since I built this. I'm already forgetting stuff. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. We're cluttering the kitchen. Just little bits and bobs here and there. I thought I wanted this fruit bowl, but I think I ended up changing it for like a little round one later on. But yeah, I do quite like how this little dining area worked. I really thought I wanted this little thing, but I don't think I ended up keeping it. It just turned out really cute. I was really pleased with how it went. Oh, biscuits. I actually did forget to add small business signage and stuff. So before I share this on the gallery tomorrow, it's Thursday today. This is going to be out tomorrow. I'm going to have to remember to go and do that. Okay. I'm making that a list. I also need a garbage can. Oh my goodness. See, I was like so pleased with myself. I was like, look, I did a good job. I didn't forget anything. All right. Garbage can. Okay. I'm going to have to watch this back and make myself a list. I will fix these things. Hopefully, I promise. Oh yeah. So, okay, I originally wanted to use this as like a room divider and put the sofa up against this, but it ended up not working out. It took me a while to find this correct sofa. I really wanted this sofa, but it just was not the vibes. I really wanted this shade. I thought the shade looked very nice, but alas, it was not meant to be, and this one was, ew, no, it was not the vibes. I wanted more of a relaxed vibe, more cozy, more like this one, I suppose, but again, it was 3 across and it was just not going to work with the space, and I was really trying hard to make it work. I was like, okay, fine, I'll put this over here, and I was just like, no, like the door is going to ram right into that sofa. It's not going to work. So we gave up and I went back to finding a little love seat. I thought I wanted this one from Crystal Creations because it had that same like brown vibe, but it just looked not right for this space. So we ended up going with, is this one I picked, the one we picked? I think it did. Yeah, this one. I don't know why. I just like the little buttons. I thought the color was fun, a little pop of color. And that's when I realized I saw it. I saw the wood and I was like, oh, darn it, that's the wrong wood. So we're changing the wood, which is sad because I kind of liked the vibe of having the blue couch and then the green / grayish, whatever design on the seat cushions. But it is what it is. But yes, I liked the sofa. I was happy when I found the sofa. I was like, yes, that is the vibe. And again, this is a very small apartment. You're not having a whole big family and living in this apartment, unless you like torturing your Sims. I suppose you could do that. But yeah, I realized that curtains were not going to work with this window because of where it ended up. So that's why I started going through and trying to pick some blinds. These ones gave strong IKEA vibes, but I just didn't like them. They were just not the vibe. And then I realized I needed to change the light, so we did that, and I just reused the same ones that we used downstairs, just because they have a nice little vintagey vibe. Maybe this is an older building, and it's just gotten modernized some in the inside, but the exterior and the building itself is still old and original and nice. So yeah, I ended up going with these ones. They just looked like pull-down ones. They're quite similar to the ones we actually have in our apartment, haha. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to turn this into like a spot where you come in, take your shoes off, and like you drop your keys and stuff. You know, that sort of vibe. And then I went with this mirror that had these little pictures on it because I thought it was so cute, and it helps add a little bit of a touch of like someone lives here sort of vibe. I just wanted to add that, and then I realized that we had nowhere to put our TV, so I turned our bathroom into an ensuite. So yes, your Sims, if they want to use that bathroom, they're going to have to go through the bedroom to get there. But yeah, I was like, they needed a TV. They needed a TV. And so yeah, I ended up going with this one from the Tiny Living, I believe it's called. It just worked very well for that space because I realized everything else was going to be too big. And then this little coffee table was so cute. I loved it, and it works very well with this space. I figured it's small enough that your Sims can pick it up and move it if they need to do so. And yeah, it just matched all the wood tones and stuff very well. I was trying my best to get all the woods to match the best that I could. I thought I wanted this plant, but I ended up not using it. And then I was like, okay, let me put a little welcome mat or something. I wish I'd used like a Pride inspired one, but I did not. I failed the gaze. So yeah, I used this little rug that came from Cats and Dogs. And then I was like, okay, we need some decor behind this sofa because it was just looking too white, too boring. No, not gonna work. I wanted some sort of collage. I really wanted this one. I think I actually did still use this one. I just realized I had to shrink it down, but I was mad about it because I was like, no, it'd look better. I want bigger pictures. So I digress. I think I did end up still keeping it just because I really liked it. I thought it was a really cute idea. Maybe they take pictures of their friends and stuff that come over. And yeah, so now I think we are moving on to the bedroom. I really thought I wanted this fruit picture, but we are going to change it. We're going to change it closer towards the end. But yes, now we are picking the bed. I thought I wanted this one. That is not the vibes. We ended up going with this one. I just wanted that wood. I don't know why. I was feeling wood and wicker today in this build. And I also like this blue. And I honestly, oh, my knee popped again. My knee keeps popping, it's bothering me. Yeah, we're picking out a nightstand that I think I ended up going with this one. Again, I wanted stuff that had like a sort of like vintagey vibe. I thought about trying to do like a mismatched one, but my brain didn't like it. So we're gonna have the same one, but I'm gonna zhuzh them to be as close as I can to the bed so that they're actually like a usable distance away. And then I had to empty out this corner. We had to try and be a little creative with the layout here. And I quite like this wardrobe. It's from the Business and Hobbies pack, and I just had to zhuzh that close to the wall as possible to make sure our Sims are still going to be able to walk around. I thought I wanted to use the same blinds, but I ended up not going with those ones. I went with these different ones. They're a slightly more grayish tone, but then we are going to add some other... this is when I was like, okay, I don't like this painting. It was too warm, like the pink was too warm. So I ended up going with not this one, but a different one. I believe it's from Cats and Dogs, actually. This one. I thought I wanted it here, but this is when I decided I was like, I don't want the fruit anymore. So I was looking for an alternative. I don't know. I just wanted something a little bit warmer, like a lot of primary colors, just to help warm up the space, but still keeping to the blue-ish theme, I suppose. I don't know. That made sense to somebody, maybe. I thought I wanted this one, but I ended up changing it for a more green one. And that's when I was like, okay, yes, yeah, we're just going to do primary colors. That's it. Just primary colors everywhere. I was being a little indecisive with this one because I knew I still had that wall across from the bed. It was still blank, and I was in the back of my mind still trying to plan for that. And so yeah, this one I was like, okay, I want to warm up this room a little bit. There we go, changing the pictures. And then I was like, okay, what do I do with this wall? And then I wanted to put this suitcase, and I think I shrank it down. Yes, I did. Just to help fill up the space. I don't know. It just looked cute. I was like, I need more color. I need more color. It's just, that's the trick. If you move somewhere and you're not allowed to paint the houses or paint the walls, just fill it with color as much as you can. I wanted to give them this little loaf, and now I was like, okay, we have to focus on this wall. You can't avoid this anymore. And I scrolled and scrolled, and I was like, okay, what can I get? And then I remembered I wanted that for the bathroom, so I pulled it out since we had that open. And I was like, I remembered that they had this really cute Pride-themed display, and I could not for the life of me find it until I finally did. It has this like little wall. Yes, that one. It has like the plants and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is cute. And yeah, I liked it, and yay gay. Pride Month is almost over. I'm so sad. And then we need another plant because yes, plants, yes. I just decided on this little palm. It's a small palm, so okay, I'm kind of like preventing myself from using palms. Not like a firm ban, but I need a break from it. And then I'm using the shower. I quite like using the shower, and I just zhuzhed it into the wall so that it would look like it's actually built through into the wall. This bathroom is quite self-explanatory, honestly. I don't like narrating bathrooms. Bathrooms are boring. But yeah, I just decided on gold, brown, and like red. At the last minute, I decided to change for a red sink, just because I was trying to find one that matched the metal of the shower. That was my problem. That was what was bothering me. So that was the deal. I really wanted to use the sink because, again, it's quite similar to the one we have in our apartments. I was like, okay, this gives Scandinavian vibes. This will work. But then I saw this one, and then I found the red shade, and I was like, oh, yes, okay, that can work. So we did that, and then I picked out this mirror. It was nice and cute, and it looks like it's screen open, so there's extra storage. And this is when I was like, okay, no, I need a different tile. And then I ended up using this one from the For Rent pack, and it's very cute, and it is a vibe. So, yay. But, yeah. And then I realized that I forgot to change the lights, so we're going to go and do that. And then I just decided to use this gray one, or this gold one again in the bedroom, and then I was just going around making sure I forgot things, which I still did. So, you know, that's that. And then I was like, okay, we need a rug in here, and this very funky one is really cool from Strangerville, and that is going to be it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe so you never miss out on any of my future videos. Take care, and I will see you next time.